Good evening, everyone. Welcome to M3 TV News, the stream that gives you the best news. This is your boy M3, and I'm interviewing one of our good people, Miss Danielle Malone.
Yeah.
Is that right? And we also have Mr. Hall of Fame.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Let's get it going.
Not too much, man. You know. Danielle, how are you doing tonight?
I'm wonderful. I'm off work.
Okay. Yeah, you sound like you're off work, so I hear the stress on your voice, you know. But hopefully, like it was a good one.
It's always a good day making money.
So, yeah, making that nurse game money, right?
Yes.
Man, I tell you, CJ Cowles, man, turned that into like a good song, man.
Nurse I game know, money. Right?
Yeah.
Shout out to CJ, the high value nurse. Check out his content.
Mm-hmm. Shout outs to Miss Kashim. She says, thank you for sharing and subscribing. She says, Kris the Blooming Ebony says, yay! You know, everybody's excited. And then the
shout
Unicorn.
Out to Kris too.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Kris and Unicorn as well. Please check out the content as well. Yes. They have their own channel. Check them out. Hit them up. You know what I mean? On YouTube. Like and subscribe.
Mm-hmm. They've been like our biggest supporters as well. So shout out to all them. But anyways, you know, we're going to go ahead jump into the number one question. I'm going to post it right now in just a sec. But the number one question is, as always, we start off. You got to tell us about your little stuff, Danielle.
It's always a hard question. It's like, what do I tell you? My name's Danielle. I'm new to YouTube. I'm enjoying doing this panel. I'm a nurse. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm an entrepreneur.
Okay.
A lot of things.
Okay, that's what's up. I mean, you have a multitask type of job, huh?
Hey, Danielle's thugged out too. I seen the picture she sent me. I was like, oh man, she be beating people down.
I know more. I grew up now.
I'm not about that life now, you know.
Yeah, I gotta protect my license.
Back then it was like, you know.
I mean, you could probably get those hands.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
She's not just a registered nurse, but she got those registered hands as well too, though. So watch out, you know.
I'm the only girl. I got all boy cousins and a brother, so I you had to be rough and tumble. It was beating me up.
Oh man. You know, like shout outs to like the bros, man, that always like trains like the sisters to defend themselves, you know?
That's right.
Yeah, you know, okay, Danielle, let me ask you this though. This is gonna be like one of those bonus questions. But what inspired you to become a registered nurse?
Oh wow. we got the evil laugh.
So I was a certified nurse assistant. And I love being a nurse aide. That's my favorite type of work. I mean, it's the hardest and the dirtiest, but I loved it. You know, you have to wash people up and feed them, but you get time to get to know them, and you grow emotions and feelings for them. You get to know them, their family gets to know you. It was just a wonderful thing. But what made me become a nurse was because all my nurses was like, you just too good of an aide to just be a nurse. And I was just like, well, all y'all do is be at that cart passing them pills. Like, don't nobody want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the payday came. So my nurse was like, hey, why don't you just look at my check? And I was like, I guess I'm going to go to school.
So you saw that check and you was like,
on board.
I was trying to get my sound effects ready, but dang. All right, we'll start with that. I hear you though. Okay. It was like, dang, all right. Well, might as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. So besides the nursing, right? Okay. Who or what has been your biggest inspiration or motivation?
That's two different things, the inspiration and the motivation. Okay. Mm-hmm. So my biggest inspiration is my mother.
Okay.
She's strong. She's driven. It's like nothing can stop her. And you might knock her down, but she's going to get up 10 times stronger. She's so positive minded and encouraging and supportive to me when I was growing up. That's my favorite role model, my only role model, the only person I can look at and be like, I could be like her, you know, because I know about her and I know how she handles situations.
Okay.
My biggest motivation would be my kids, because with all the potential I had, I couldn't actually actualize anything until I actually had a reason. Like the money I made or whatever I did was enough just for me, because I don't really be wanting much.
Yeah.
But having a son, I was like, okay, it's not just you. Yeah, you with his dad, but anything could happen. And you need to be able to provide for your child, because that's your kid. So my children are my biggest motivation.
To piggyback off that question, because you said it's you and your brother, right? It's you and your brother.
Yep.
How did y'all grow up and where did y'all grow up? Like, you know?
I grew up on the west side of Detroit. If you know Detroit, it is Glenwood and Davison. It's the hood of the hood.
Okay.
But most people, when I tell them where I'm from, they don't believe me. I guess they got some type of stereotype of people from that type of environment, and apparently I don't fit it. But we grew up in the hood. Me and my brother grew up real close. We are 2 years, 6 months, and 4 days apart.
Wow.
And he is my favorite person in the world. I got kids, I got a husband, but my brother is my favorite.
Okay.
We grew up in the same room till I was 13. My mother let him finally move into the basement. But even after he moved out the room, we would squeeze. He is 6'6", and I am 5'11". And we would squeeze into a little twin-size bed because we would miss each other, because we had been in the same room for so long. Yes, I love my brother.
Yeah. Okay, Danielle, I didn't know you was that tall.
Yeah.
If I knew that, I would have raised the height of the thumbnail.
So with your height, did you play sports? Were you in any sports activities, anything like that?
Yeah. I ran around my brother, so I played basketball. I ain't really like that. I can shoot, but I can't really dribble. I don't got no handles. When I got to high school, I ran track, but the softball coach made me play softball because I guess how my stature or whatever. So I was pitcher. But I think I did the best in track. I was all city, all state.
Okay, that's what's up.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Oh. And so well now, like, you know, I want to ask you this question then, right? You know, since we're talking about family and stuff, how are you enjoying your home life? The nurse, the mom, the wife, the life.
I was just telling the ladies, who was I talking to? I've been on so many panels.
Yes, a lot of them.
I was talking to one of the ladies on the panel, and they be talking about having it all. And I was like, you know, it's funny that y'all brought that up. Having it all, it is not an easy thing to do, and you have to sacrifice to get it. But just like last week or so, it just dawned on me like, girl, you got it all. And I'm happy in it. Like, it's a blessing. It took a while to get there. Me and my husband been together 9 years, but we finally got our little harmony going. My youngest kid is 2 years old, so I'm not having to breastfeed no more. All I gotta do is get them potty trained, and I'm completely, you know.
Yeah.
Good jobs.
I tell you, those raise their hands. She's showing it.
So yeah, my home life is like, it's a beautiful thing. I'm very, very happy with it.
Okay. That's what's up. Excuse me. I want to kind of jump back into the nursing just real quick. I think I asked like, okay, what inspires to become? Oh no. Okay, never mind. Never mind. That would have been the same question. But I'm gonna get to, what question is it? I want to get to the number 3, right? You know, I know most people are passionate about like the kids, the family, you know, and sometimes that's the motivation of what keeps them going in life and switching careers and all. But outside of that, you know, do you have any personal passions? Like, what are you passionate about?
I'm passionate about anything I do.
Okay.
Outside of nursing, I started an athletic wear line called Statuesque Physique.
Okay.
Because tall women have it so hard finding pants that reach their ankles.
Yeah.
So after having a kid, I was like, okay, I gotta work out now. And I didn't want to just be wearing basketball shorts. I wanted some pants. I wanted to be able to look cute with some stretch pants on. And but I couldn't find any. So instead of keep on looking, I was like, okay, well then I gotta just make this. So I found a little manufacturer, I made a name and a page, and so now I'm in the final stages of finalizing my first pair of leggings. I got my first sample. They are so cute. I wish I was at home and I could show the leggings because they are so cute.
So will you ever do that full time? Would you ever say like, you know, I'm gonna dive into this fashion game because I got my own lane that's popping off, that's blowing up. You know, I love the nursing, but man, you know, they invited me to a fashion show in Paris and they paying for everything. You know what I'm saying? So would you do it full time?
I could see myself being a full-time entrepreneur, but that's not my only business. And I would not even might. I feel more passionate about my other business.
Okay, what are your other passions? What are your other businesses?
My Statuesque Physique line is more of a personal vein type of passion. But my ultimate passion is just helping people. Of course, you gotta love to help people to be a nurse. I like to find solutions. And so my other business is Elevated Advantage. My nonprofit is It's a Better Way, supportive living services. So growing up in the hood, you see a lot of Black men not do well. And since I was the only female in my family, I'm a guy's girl. Like most of my friends are men. I'm just now learning how to become friends with females because I got to respect my husband. I can't just keep on being friends with these men, regardless of what their intentions are. I just don't feel right about that. But men, then I have all sons. So then it was just like completely like, okay, so what can I do? My friends, they go to prison and they come home and they can't find work. And that be their main complaint. It don't really be like, oh, I don't want to work. It'd be like, I can't find work. Or if they find work, it don't pay good, you know? And so initially I was like, oh, I got to find a way to employ these men. And so I was like, okay, well, I can get a cleaning service. But then I was like, but how would I find these men necessarily? And I was talking to my mother, and she was like, she over in her neighborhood, she playing Monopoly, right? So she got these houses she buying. And one of her friends was like, hey, you should turn this house into a reentry home. And so when she told me about that, I was like, that's the exact demographic I'm looking to help. So then I decided that I want to open up a reentry home, and I found a mentor on YouTube. His name is Keith Holmes. Humes with the U.
Okay.
And I contacted him and I told him about what I wanted to do. And so he then took me under his wing and he helped me get myself together. So a halfway house would be my biggest passion, because then that way I'll be able to give back to my community and help men become men, help them become stable, get families. Because if the men are good, then those men can go and get wives, and then we can all be good together. It's cool for women to be good. You know, women are getting so much help and getting uplifted so much. And I just feel bad because I'm like, okay, but what about our men though? Like you're not even a complete family without a man. Like, okay, that's cool.
You talk about it,
you got kids, but you got those kids because you was with a man. And what about him? You know, don't just downtrodden him. Don't just talk down on him. Like, if he was good enough to have a kid with, like, why not delve into getting to know him and see what his interests are and help point him in the right direction? Like, speak up to him. You can't speak down to him and expect him to be something, you know?
Yeah.
You got to speak life into him and be like, baby, you better than that. Like, I want more for us. Like, I feel like you can do better than that. Like, why you don't go get a trade? You know, give him some ideas. A lot of our men didn't have fathers. Us women, we had our mothers, and they were so strong and they were so passionate, and we make a way, you know, so that's just in us. That's what we are born and taught to do. But the men don't have that. And for whatever reason, our mothers don't know how to get the sons to do it either. But so if you're going to be with a man, I just feel like, well, unfortunately, sometimes you got to do a little mothering with him, but it's okay because, you know, if you could just give him the right direction and the correct motivation to want to do better, like it will amaze you how awesome that man turned out to be.
Yeah, I mean, a man, you know, the man is supposed to lead, and you know what I'm saying. And when men are not being men, the household is not complete. It's just not, and it's not being led the right way. And you know, women can't teach a man to be a man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, she could be a mother, she could be all that for him, but she can't teach him how to be a man. That's something that only a man can teach him, or other men can teach him. You know what I mean? Because she just don't know. It's not her fault. You know what I mean? She's not a man. It's not her fault. She's doing the best she can with what she has. You know what I mean? And you know, she's doing awesome at what she's doing. You know what I mean? You know, when she's being a real woman, but she's not supposed. That's not her job. That's not her role, man. And I think too many women have to step in to take the place of men. But two things. I'm gonna say two things real quick, and then you know we can keep it moving. It's funny you mentioned the cleaning service because I always wanted to start a cleaning service because I clean myself. I love to clean. Like I clean the whole house, like literally everything. Like I vacuum, I scrub, I dust, I mop, sweep, everything. Use all-purpose cleaner, all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a cleaner. You know, and if something if something ain't right, I'm like, nah, I gotta clean it. You know what I'm saying? Like I know where every inch of dust is at in the house before I clean it. I know where everything is at. I know what to do, how to do it. You know what I mean? And just how to what's the difference between using paper towel and using a wipe down cloth and bacteria. Like I'm in tune to all of that. I even buy certain all purpose cleaners. You know what I mean, that are like organic and all that. Like I'm really big into cleaning. You know what I'm saying? That's really my thing. I mean, I clean windows, all that. Like it's just my thing. So we can talk about the cleaning service a little bit after. You know what I mean? Once we done, we'll chop it up about that because I definitely would love to pick your brain about some stuff. But what I was gonna ask you is, because you was talking about like how women shouldn't be talking down to men. It reminded me of the first time we actually met you. You know, yeah. So you got to elaborate on that. You know what I mean? The first time we met you and you got on there, and you had to let somebody know what it was. So share about that. You know what I mean? Shout out to you for that, for real.
Oh man.
Yeah, the first time you met me, I was going in.
Yeah, remember you jumped on the stream and you let somebody know what it was. You know what I mean? They was talking to men, they wasn't talking right, and you had to let it be known. So take us through that whole experience. It's just you listening, and then you jumping on and everything else. Like,
I was trying my best to not jump on that live. I was trying my best, but my husband left the house. I blamed him. I said, if you could have stayed home, I could have just kept complaining to you, but you left. So I had to get on there because I ain't had nobody else to talk to.
It shows that women need some direction, man.
Man.
Wait, baby. Shout outs to E Black TV. He's in the building. Shout outs to DJ Eddie King. That's also in the building.
Yeah, he always be like, Jim.
Yeah. He's like Brooklyn in the building.
Yeah. So in your mind, you know what I'm saying, like. What do you say to when, because we have this toxic culture now where the women are putting down the men. They have the whole thought culture. They're coming at people and all that. They're coming at the men and setting them up and doing a whole bunch of craziness. What is your voice for the females who are doing that to just stir them in the right direction? Because I feel like they'll never be fulfilled. Really, they'll never find that right husband. They'll never find that real man that really gonna be there for them. All they're going to do is just keep going through fly-by-nights and guys who are toxic just like them or even worse. So, how do you speak to the females of this generation and just, point them in the right direction?
I would have to start with, what is it that you want? You can't guide a person aimlessly. And you got to find out what is your end goal? Like, what is it that you actually want? If you want a family, if you want a husband, what type of husband do you want? Do you want the type of husband that's going to provide for you? Do you want the type of husband that's going to stay home and you go out and work? Do you want the type of husband that you guys can be 50-50? Like, what do you want? It's hard to speak to a group without knowing exactly it is that they want. If I could find out what they wanted, if you want a husband that's going to provide for you, I would say let go of your ego. We talk about male ego a lot, but female has ego too. A lot of pride, a lot of feelings. We always got to one up you. The Blooming Ebony, she had a show talking about vulnerability. And Japrice was saying that, her husband, if she felt too vulnerable, that she would point out his things about him to make her feel less naked, and it would make her feel better, but it was to her detriment. And God is good because she actually realized that. But some women don't realize that you're actually doing more harm when you do something like that. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be soft, it's okay to be open to feeling your feelings. You don't always have to be so tough. If you're looking for a man that you want to have 50-50 with, I think that would be easy nowadays because a lot of men want that. If you want a man that you want him to stay home, you might even be easy finding that because there's some men that's falling on that, you know. I think the toughest one is finding a man that want to be a man and having to learn how to live in that, you know. He might want you to stay home. He might not want you to stay. I mean, you just got to know, you got to find out what that person wants and be able to be open to becoming that thing, you know?
How do you feel personally about the females who take that stance, who take that hot girl summer type of stance where it's like they just basically taking advantage of the dudes, man. They just sabotaging them and setting them up. They just running them boys.
Setting them up for what?
Oh, they setting them up to get the bread. They they have other dudes jump them and, they're scamming them, all types of stuff. Yeah, they drugging them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Cardi B style you talking about,
yeah.
Right?
You know what I mean? How do you feel about about the females who are taking this whole thought movement, hot girl summer movement, and they making it a lifestyle? Like, how do you feel about that?
She seemed pretty shocked.
I feel shocked. I mean, because initially when you ask the question, you like using a guy or doing this and that. And I mean, this is my first relationship with my husband. So I ain't never really been no relationship type of person. So a person could have said that I was using because it was like I wasn't trying to invest my feelings. We could have sex. I mean, that's fine. But having sex with me didn't equate to you being in a relationship with me or me wanting to invest in you, because not only men invest in women, women also invest in that man. I would have to give you my time and my emotions and my vulnerability and help build you up and motivate you to become the man or continue to be the man that you're going to be. And I wasn't really willing to do that. But as far as setting me up, you better not do that to nobody in my family. That's how I feel about that. Like, don't do it. That y'all need to watch out for what y'all doing. Like, what? But
I want to dive more into that, right? Because, like, to me, like, I could tell that you come from a traditional standpoint, and a lot of, what do you want to say, like modern women of today, right? So women of today, right? Because they've been taught by other, like older single women who are bitter, and they see like how should I say this? The simping lifestyle from other men, they start to lose more respect for them. And you see, like day by day, society is always trying to impress that we're like these slow, these dumb type of people, and society wants us to kind of fall in line and allow the women to lead. And
you said follow the women's lead?
Yeah, society. Yeah, society does.
That's in the wave. And it all started with and I mean, I ain't trying to be disrespectful to these sisters, but I'm just gonna keep it 100. It all started with Oprah and Beyonce, and them telling women to get their own and do your own thing and be independent and all that. But yet, these same women are going home to one man. They telling you to do all this. They telling you, yeah, girl.
Beyonce, okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And when I listen to her music, I don't feel like she's telling me to not have a man. She had one song calling herself an independent woman, but the rest of her songs are about love.
Yeah, but listen. They set the tone for that. I just not just with the music, but also the attitude. I'll throw Rihanna in there too a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
They don't even talk outside of her music.
Not much, but I mean, it was just that if you like it, make it put a ring on it. All these little messages.
What's wrong with that?
I'm saying? No, but what I'm saying is that, it started this whole women empowerment trend But then, Cardi B made a Stein on them. They took it to a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? And now I think it's just toxic now. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is that these same women that are telling you to do all these things in Hollywood, they tell you to do this, and girl, you gotta have it in your own. You gotta do this, and you don't need no man, and all this other stuff. All the messages y'all sending, but yet y'all still going home having 2-3 babies by one guy. You know what I'm saying? You still are trying to be the traditional woman, but yet you making it, or you trying to make it seem like it's not cool to be traditional, but yet you're doing it yourself just to sell records or whatever you're doing. But it's causing, these women, to act a certain way, and to not, and basically not have healthy relationships with men. I feel like it destroyed the healthy relationship with men. You know what I'm saying? Or it is destroying that. You know what I'm saying? Because 30, 40 years ago, men wasn't complaining about a woman trying to overtake him or back talking or, just trying to run the house and telling him to go do this and do that and threatening him with intimacy. Like, oh, I'm not going to give you nothing if you don't do this. Like, that wasn't happening 30, 40 years ago. It just wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? But now that's a thing now. So the men, a lot of these guys out here, especially the younger guys, they feel like, man, like, okay, I got to defend myself now. Now I got to defend myself, and now I got to have it where, I got to, really be on my game and watch the different females that I'm talking to, because, they may try to take advantage of me on some real. They may try to, get in my pockets or, take all my resources or have a baby by me and then take me to court for child support, which is a real thing too. You know what I'm saying? So all these things are happening now, and the guys, are figuring it out. But this is a real thing. This is real. This ain't for fake. This is really happening. You
just said a whole bunch.
I know. I got family members going through this. I got family members where.
So what I would say is, first of all, the only person out of them people that you named that actually fit that mold is Oprah. I'm an action speak louder than words type of person, and music is entertainment. Okay, so that music that they make sound good, and they not lying, because Cardi B singing about it, but that's what she did. She just happened to find a man that accepted her, and she had to settle down. Beyonce, she talked about it being an independent woman because that's what she was, but she found a man that she was willing to settle down for. I don't think nothing wrong with their message, but the actions show that it's okay to settle down if you found somebody worthy of you settling down with. Oprah, on the other hand, ain't done that. She got stabbed. She ain't getting married and all that thing.
Don't forget Wendy Williams too.
Yeah, Wendy Williams too.
Wendy Williams got married. She had a kid. She tried to be faithful to that man, but that man cheated on her with the hoe down the street.
But she had her stuff too.
She was still trying to forgive him. He was beating on her. Okay, and then hold on. So then y'all was talking about 30 years, however long ago, and that generation there is the reason women are the way they are, because us being little kids, seeing those women be wise to men who didn't deserve it was like, hell no, I ain't doing that. You ain't about to be out here cheating on me and have a family over here and then think I'm supposed to just be all in the house, all heartbroken. Ain't nobody trying to do that shit. No. So perhaps their fathers and grandfathers should have been better men and learned that what they did was affecting their young children, the young women, and making them be resentful to them and taking it out on the men once they get older, because it's like, okay, well, if that's what they did and these was my daddy, this is my grandfather, that's what they showing their sons, that's what their sons gonna be doing. So unless you worthy, yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of you. And I'm not even taking advantage of you. That's your job to take me on a date. That's your job to provide. So if you gonna be a dumbass man and sit up here and let some female run your pockets and rape your pockets because you don't have the wherewithal to know when a woman is being genuine with you. We talk about women knowing when men are being genuine, but y'all men need to learn when we being genuine too. Just like I spoke of just having sex. Having sex is nothing. But is she speaking life into you? Is she investing in your mental health? Is she asking you how you doing? Is she asking you what your goals are? Is she trying to help you do any of those things? Or is she just asking you for some money? Because if that's all she doing, then my guy, she's showing you what she about. But y'all men, y'all so used to, y'all just want your dick sucked and y'all be okay with that until y'all lose y'all money. Y'all be okay with that until she have a baby, and then she be like, I got what I wanted. Give me the child support. Men do that all the men do that to women all the time. You fuck a young girl, you take all her youth, you beat her down, you take her self-esteem, and then once she's nothing to you, you discard her and you move on to the next to go and consume another young lady. And some of these women ain't trying to hear that shit no more. It's like, no, I don't want that. I'm gonna be the consumer and I'm gonna use you up and I'm gonna get what I want because I don't want to be that weak woman that I saw my grandmother be. So don't blame the young women now. Don't blame Beyonce or Rihanna. Blame y'all granddaddies.
Nah, I do blame them. I do blame them.
Hold on, wait. Hold on for a second, right? Uh-huh. This is how I look at the situation, right? Because, at the point in time when, these artists like were single before, well, I don't care about Cardi B, but since we were talking about Beyonce or whatever, right? And, people like to defend the Queen Bee, but, at the moment when she was single, right?
I am part of the Beehive if you can't
tell. I know you are, right? So we're going to debunk that, but
boy, but
Beyonce, right? Singing the independent songs, right? Yeah, I mean, of course you do that stuff for entertainment. I'm not really blaming the main person.
Hold on now.
Hold on. Let me finish before you get into your feelings about this. Okay. So Beyonce, right? Even though she made the song like independent, right? I'm not even wholeheartedly blaming her for making the song independent. I'm blaming the people who listen to that, right? Take only one song out of context when she also had the song that was catered to you, but yet you totally ignore catered to you of a woman telling you, okay, now let's cater to your man because I found a man that's a suitable husband. But instead, you want to kind of advertise the negative stuff. And I don't only look at things in a society base because, yes, society has flipped. So men back then, right, have done like a lot of wrong things. Only the few, right? I'm not going to say all of them. You have men, right? And there's a whole lot of different variants to why men were so messed up.
I agree.
Everybody has to take their own personal responsibility. And people have to be accountable for their actions. I mean, back then, men didn't have to take crack. I mean? They didn't have to do all these things. They didn't have to think that, okay, in order to control a woman is to beat her into submission. Because let's be honest. A lot of our grandparents or whatever have done those things. And, all it does is just lose more respect for the man as opposed to gain the respect. But we're just talking about as far as how society is today, it's okay, you don't have these type of men who is trying to beat the women to submission. You don't have the ones who is trying to cheat on a woman, I'm talking about the good ones, So it's what's the excuse now? You have the good men that's out there.
Need to know how to find a woman that's worthy. Just like a woman needs to find a man that's worthy, men need to do the same. We're not to blame for you falling for some good head and a tight pussy that's wet.
We're not even talking about that. We're not even talking about that. We're not even talking about that at all.
How else is a good man being took?
Hold on.
Just like women fall into just like women that fall into the wrong type of men.
Yep.
Men fall into the wrong type of women. Uh-huh. So the solution that we're trying to find is how do we start using our common judgment to start making better decisions? Because right now, as of today, men are making bad decisions. They're picking these Tatianas, all these hoes or whatever, because they twerk good, maybe they look good, maybe they have these store-bought bodies and all that. But then why is the women who, when good men are approaching them, you discard the good men and you go after the wrong type of men? And then by the end of the day, you're complaining, well, where all the good men is at? So we're at the point
that
where
man falling for that woman is falling for that good dick too. That hood guy probably put it down in the bed. Ain't nothing wrong with a little aggression.
Okay.
Aggression?
Okay. All right.
Women who fall for bad men are just what I said about the men. The women get digmatized.
All right, look. We going left. We going left. We gotta stay on point. We can go there, but we gotta stay on point. Listen. We all know that in Western culture, unfortunately, in this culture, people idolize celebrities. Okay, that's really the issue. Men and women both idolize celebrities. You know what I mean? Which is a problem. You know what I'm saying? So due to this, you know what I mean, we create a toxic culture. You know what I mean? When people are idolizing people, so when they put these messages out there, especially younger people, they're very susceptible. You know what I'm saying? And they're taking these things and they're making it a form of life. You know what I mean? And that's a problem for both men and women. And also, we got to separate the lines too. Okay? There's a difference between a male and a man.
Absolutely.
And a female and a woman.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? To be a woman or to be a man is a title that you have to earn. You know what I mean? You got to earn that. You know what I mean? It's not something that's just given to you. You got to put the work in. You got to put the blood, sweat, and tears in. It's like being in the military. You got to earn your stripes. You got to earn your medals on your jacket to be called a man or a woman. It's just that simple fact. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm going to say this, you know what I mean, that, a lot, the real men back in the day, you know what I'm saying, the difference between the men of back then now and the males now, you know what I mean, is the fact that the men back then, they weren't perfect, okay? They weren't perfect, Grandpapa maybe had another family on the side. He maybe was drinking his little corn liquor. He maybe was doing different things. But Grandmama was doing stuff too. She was, he would come home and bring home the check and she would steal his money, be sneaking and taking money from him and all that. They both had their issues. But the thing was this. They both took responsibility and accountability and they took care of their business. And they made sure that their home was organized and both people were doing their parts. Because nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? No household is perfect. You know this already. No household is perfect. We could all have it all. We could all have different things, but no household is perfect. Nothing is perfect. You know what I'm saying? We all have to work on something or develop something or get better at something. That's just life. We have weaknesses. We have strengths. We all have that. You know what I mean? But the difference is that the men and women back then took responsibility and accountability for what was going on. You know what I mean? So even though the men back then weren't perfect, they still took responsibility and accountability for their home and their kids. Child support wasn't even a thought. If you had a baby back then,
tell you what the difference was?
If you had a baby back then and you was a man, you took care of your baby. You know what I mean? That wasn't even something that you was even trying to consider. You know what I mean? You knew, all right, even if she was a fly by night, even if she wasn't somebody you were serious about, you took care of that child. And you took care of that woman because she had your child. Even if you didn't really care about her like that. Because that's what the real men did back in those days. But like I said, a lot of men nowadays are not men, they're males. And a lot of females, because of this whole thought culture and thought movement, they're not real women, they're females. And they're doing things that are toxic based on the images and stuff that they've been taught by people who ain't really living this life. But just like guys who are trying to be gangster and trying to do all these things, and the gangsters and guys they're trying to follow are guys who are living in mansions. These guys ain't gangster, they're not really living the street life, they living in a mansion chilling with maids and butlers and servants. But they want to portray that image to you to have you have the toxic behavior. You want them either dead or in jail. You know what I'm saying? Or losing opportunities and resources that can actually help you. You know what I mean? So I think that the bigger issue is that in our society, we got to stop idolizing these celebrities, men and women both, and get back to the core tradition and values of loving ourselves, loving each other, and really developing our home and making it better for both men and women, both. But I'm speaking to the females because I'm speaking to the women and the females because you are a woman, and I was just trying to gain your perspective on what was happening. But I'm not saying both don't need to work on stuff. They both clearly need to work on stuff. Clearly, that's clear for both, men and women in society.
So my perspective is our grandparents, our grandmothers, they stuck it out with those men because they didn't have the opportunities that we had. Our grandmothers were not happy because if they were,
not all of them, sis, not all of them,
they were not happy.
Not all of them.
Ain't no woman happy with your man having another family on the other side of town. Just because you stay don't mean you happy. And that's toxic. And we saw it. And we don't like it. And we don't want it. Okay. So what happened is those women, however, back in the day, those men kept them women pregnant because I don't know if they could have abortions that easily, or I don't know if they had the money to go get abortions, and they didn't have education or careers, so they were stuck. That's what happened back then. Those women were stuck and unhappy.
And they also didn't have like a lot of rights back then.
So now women are educated. Black women are the most educated of men and women, any race. Okay, so now, yeah, we might end up lonely, but you're not about to abuse me mentally and emotionally. And we're not taking it. That's the change. For me, I would say the change was, people don't be liking the agenda type of thing.
Yeah, go ahead,
but I think it was an agenda against the Black family. We were doing well. So what they did was they took our trades. Our men don't like school, but you can take that trade and you can go make more than a man in college and have way less debt and be able to provide for your family. And being able to provide for your family, I feel like for a man, I don't think men really don't want to take care of their kids. They just don't know how. I don't think that no man want to go out here and not take care of his responsibility for real. I just think that they don't have the wherewithal. They don't have the resource, and so they don't. I think that back in the day, those men who didn't want to go to school, they had trades in high school. You can get that trade and leave high school and be done and go start your family and popping them babies in that woman and be able to provide. I think that's what happened. So they took away the trade. They gave us crack. They gave the women welfare because the men were still getting us pregnant. And the system divided us. Just like back in the day with slavery, they didn't let this man stand up for us. That man and woman couldn't even legally get married because they were property. But we wanted that so bad that we would jump a broom. But that white man still didn't like that. So you jump that broom with that pretty Black woman in your face, make you watch, snatch that woman, take her in that shack, go fuck the shit out of her, and make you watch.
And your children too.
Okay. And then when you had a kid, if the kid is fair-skinned enough, then it wasn't like they liked it, that woman. They was torturing both of y'all because now the woman and the man is divided because the man's supposed to protect me, but you can't even protect me from this white man raping me. And then I get pregnant. Oh, my baby got good hair and my baby is fair-skinned and could pass for white. That man don't love her, so did he take that baby and raise that baby as white? So now I got trauma on top of trauma. That man seeing that his wife get raped, though it's not her fault. Yeah, he got resentment toward that. Resentment toward himself because he can't protect her. Resentment toward her because it happened. It's just such deep-seated trauma and agenda against us to keep us apart. So then that came, and then even through it all, we tried to come back together. And then we was doing too good. We was doing too good. They said we doing all this, and these Black people is still surviving and thriving. They bombing all our businesses and homes off of lies from white people because they was jealous that we ain't need them and they need us to be part of their society. So then they do all these things to tear apart that Black man. Because once you tear apart that Black man, then you tear apart that family because now that woman is disrespecting and disregarding that man. And then they give the woman a little bit of something so that she can feel like you don't have to have him. She want him. But just as strong as we got to be to raise those kids, those men need to be that strong too to go out and find that trade. Yeah. Those men got to be just as strong to fight against it. We can't fight by ourselves. We might be strong, but we only strong so much. We can't use our strength for y'all. We got to use our strength for ourselves and these kids. But y'all supposed to be the leaders. So y'all need to get your own strength. Y'all need to come and commune together. Don't come together and talk about fucking and sucking and music and gambling. Y'all need to come together and be like, yo, this is a horrible situation we in. What can we do? What type of trade can we get? How can we come together? Because that's what women do. That's how women come up. Because even though we together and we complaining and things, let one woman in that group find something. They go come back to that group while they complaining. Oh, girl, don't worry because I found this. Go do that.
Well, that's the whole plan of like. Listen, I gotta get back to like the whole origin of this mental society type of thing. The thing is that unfortunately, and I mean, we all as a people, right, has to break out of the trauma, but traumas that was already caused to set us up to failure is to make sure that the Black woman is mentally strong and then the Black man is mentally weak. Because once you kind of get up into the mental, then it's like, okay, can I trust this person to help me out? Can I trust that person to help me out? And come on, let's keep a buck 100. How often when we go to our own brother to try to like ask for help, and either they say like, well, I work hard for this or whatever, so you need to learn how to do this on your own, or how often do we get betrayed by our own people? And then you know what happens? Then you have somebody else that don't look like us that will kind of give us a little helping hand or whatever, and then mentally we're programmed to be like, well, you know what? You know, folks did say that, you know, you can't trust our own people. My own people say I can't trust this person of my own color of skin. And, you know, this is confirming it. So now we're in a society where Black folks don't really trust Black folks. Black men don't have respect for Black women. Black women don't have respect for Black men. It's because mentally, you know, and especially now you have all these incentives. It's like the whole purpose is that you don't really need a man. And once you have that attitude that you don't need a man, a Black man can sense that. Then he gets bitter. And then he feels like, well, you know, I could do whatever I want to do. And then next thing you know, the same little Becky, right? You know, whose, you know, husband was like, I don't like that N-word or blah, 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 whatever, right? Will come right back to him and then try to snatch him up. You know, we fail to realize that we together are a prize within our own community. But we're being conditioned to not value ourselves. Once Black men start learning to value themselves and value like the manosphere, like which means the empowerment of men together, then we can start loving our own women. Absolutely. And start seeing the value in Black women.
Absolutely.
And then Black women can start seeing the value in us.
Absolutely.
So, you know, when we talk about music of today or this of today or entertainment of today, we're seeing all these things where it's like because remember, the entertainment industry is not ran by us. We're the dancing monkeys.
Yep.
That's performing for the masters still. The only thing is incentive is that we're getting paid for it without getting beat. And we need to teach our children, like, look, man, this is not what you're hearing right now. This is not how we're supposed to be living right now in our own homes.
Right.
I'm going to still use Cardi B, for example, right? You may have this person that says, I don't work, I don't clean, but yet I still get that ring. That bitch is BS, all right? When she gets on the Offset, right? She already probably have a dinner plate ready for him. She's probably already like a submissive wife to him, but we don't know that. Remember, these are entertainers. But unfortunately, we take these entertainers seriously like they're Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, the Black Panthers. We got to stop thinking of those type of things.
Yep.
You know, and start looking up to people, right, who are really down about the community.
Wow.
I know we went way left, right? And I mean, this
no.
Let
me say this in three. Let me say this in three. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Listen, sis, I can't let you sit here. I can't let you sit here and not say, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That women didn't have their stuff too back in the day. They did. Both men and women both.
Your voice is kind of distorted. I don't know. I can't really hear what you're saying.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you, but it sounds like distorted, like you're talking in a fan or something.
All right, can you hear me now? Is it better?
It's better.
Okay. Now listen, you know, I can't let you sit here and say that, you know, women didn't have their things back in the days too, because they did. Both men and women do their stuff. We all know that. Ain't nobody perfect.
They didn't do anything.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So ain't nobody perfect. All right. We both people bring different things to the table, good and bad, because that's just human nature.
I was talking about why the women stayed though.
No, I understand why they say it, but they also got to hold accountability to the stuff they do as well. You know what I mean? Because just like the man has done stuff with the different, may have a different families on the side. The women do different things too. You know what I'm saying? And they both have their stuff. You know what I mean? So they both got to take responsibility and accountability for their stuff. But the difference is, like I was saying back in the day, they both played their role. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
okay. That role didn't look good for us.
She did her stuff that was good and bad in a relationship. He did his stuff that was good and bad in a relationship. They wasn't perfect, but they understood that they needed each other and they worked together. And that's what made it work. You know what I'm saying? And then like when one of them passed away, you're like, man, I know granddad was doing that. Oh man, I know grandma was doing it. Grandma was doing that. Nah, she wasn't doing that. Then you find out, oh yeah, grandma was out there tripping. You know what I mean? But we ain't know that. So they had their stuff. But they took responsibility and accountability of the things that matter, which was loving the family, loving the home, and taking care of each other. That's one.
I think that just because we didn't know specifically what they was doing, we wasn't dumb, and you can feel the energy of a home. And when two people are together, but they doing their own thing, that home energy is not happy.
Well, what I'm saying is that no home is perfect. You know what I'm saying? No home is perfect. You always
gotta be perfect.
You always gonna have something going on, or you're gonna have somebody just doing something. That's just the fact of the matter. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just human nature. There's always something going on. Somebody, it could be they could lose family members. They could have a bad habit. They could have different health issues, different things. You know what I mean? People come with blessings and problems both. You know what I mean? That's just life. But also I do agree with all of y'all. You know, systematically the system has destroyed the Afro Latin family. It's destroyed our families. They've weakened the men of color. You know what I mean? They threw drugs at us. They took away all the programs in the school. They did a whole bunch of things systematically to hinder us. They gave us voting rights. They gave us all these other civil rights. But then you take all the programs out of the schools. You take all the jobs out of the community. You know, you live in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Detroit was the biggest manufacturers of cars back in the day. And it was a bunch of black people working in them factories. And what they do? They took the factories away. Because we was able to work and retire off of them factories. You know what I'm saying? But they took all that away. Ford and all them companies came out of Detroit. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? But all them big car companies that are American made, they came from Detroit. And we was working in them and we was killing it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, making hundreds of thousands of cars each year to service the whole America.
Not even needing a high school diploma or not even having to be literate.
None of that. All you gotta do is go to the factory. Go right downtown, go to the factory, and you're good. Mm-hmm. Motown was in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Motown was in Detroit. Started in Detroit. What they do after a while? You know how many flash some dollars at them? They moved to LA. You know what I mean? That hurt Detroit. So there's a lot of things that they've done systematically, not just in Detroit, but Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, all these places that have done to systematically hinder us. We still, in certain places, we still trying to fight for our voting rights. Mm-hmm. They're trying to take that away, like in Atlanta and other places. So the struggle is real. Like we were not meant when we came here. We was looked at as servants. You know what I'm saying? And people of color gotta understand that when you looked at as a servant or less than human, you know what I mean. And somebody views you as that, they view you as property. That changes the whole tone. You know what I mean? Because you're no longer human. That's inhumane. Mm-hmm. So to try to change that narrative in a society that was never built for you, all the Constitution, Bill of Rights, that wasn't written for us. You wasn't even thought of. All they thought about us was how we gonna take care of them, and how we gonna service them, and help them build their country. That's all they thought about of us. And if we didn't do it the right way, they was gonna kill us, rape our women, and do whatever they want. You know what I mean? Take advantage of us. So we gotta understand that. And systematically, we still have a heart. So we definitely got to be united. And that's definitely something that has to change. And we gotta stop idolizing celebrities, like we all been saying, and really start focusing on people who are really about change and really about making a difference, like all three of us are. You know what I mean? We all trying to make a difference. We all trying to do something positive in the community and help the community to grow. But in three, go with the questions, man. I didn't want to go on a tangent, but yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you, guys. Okay, hold on. Let me get to number 4. But yeah, that was a good point because I used to work for a manufacturing company too, like Numi, and then they took that away. You can't also forget too about the prison systems as well. Once you go to prison, you don't have any voting rights. And then if you do work in a prison facility, they may pay you like $1 an hour, but then you graduate from whatever prison that you're coming from, with that type of skill, and then they still won't hire you.
And then on top of that is wherever that person is living, that gives that town more population. That gives that town more seats in the government. They do us dirty in so many different ways that sometimes we're not even aware of.
Yeah, it's just all part of the system to keep us like down. All right, let's get back to you, Danielle. You know, we've been talking about politics a little bit too much, right? But anyways,
I don't think so. I don't think it's too much. We need to let people know what's happening to open their eyes, because some people don't know. And men need to come together because we need y'all. Y'all want y'all women to be better? Y'all are the leaders. Y'all need to be better. Yeah, they tear y'all down mentally, but knowing is half the battle. If y'all know that that's what they doing, then go find a like-minded male and y'all come together and y'all talk and y'all start a mentoring program and y'all go to the younger guys and talk to them before they come corrupt. Y'all got to come up with solutions. It can't just be us women come up with solutions, because this is what you're going to get, is what you got. But if y'all men could come together and come up with some solutions and reach these young men. Okay, you can't get the older men because the older men already listening to this and that and the third, but the young boys, they have dreams and they have inspirations. You go to them and you mentor them and you speak up to them and be men for them. So when they come up, they can keep that dream. They can see that it's possible, because they're not just seeing what's in their neighborhood. Not only are they listening to the music, the neighborhoods that they in, it's not nothing to aspire to.
Yeah,
y'all got to step up.
Well, I think we're doing a good job as far as like with the manosphere, which, you know, it is a small community, but I feel like nowadays it's definitely starting to grow. You know, I mean, we have a long ways to come up, because, you know, media didn't really allow, like, you know, black heterosexual men to really have their voice like that. So now you have these platforms that's underground, like YouTube or social media, and I mean it reaches like so far, but I think once it becomes more mainstream, then I feel like that's where, you know, we can start having our power back and start reaching out to more like young and older, you know, black men, little by little. It's not going to happen overnight.
Y'all don't need to be mainstream. Black people, we came from grassroots. And instead of waiting until y'all get mainstream, you have an elementary school in your neighborhood that got black men.
No, wait. Nobody's waiting. Let me correct that. Nobody's waiting. But I'm saying in the meantime, you know, we are working. We're not sitting around like just doing shit. You know, we're working around trying to build our communities back up. But it's just not going to happen overnight. You know,
they ain't tear us down overnight, so we are definitely not going to build us back up overnight.
Yeah, but until we get to a point where, you know, it does become mainstream, where it's worldwide, and people are starting to wake up, and more black men start to see the value of each other, we can't expect, like, you know, everybody to have value in us. We're not even expecting for black women to have value for themselves, you know, because we got to have the values for ourselves too. And like us as a community as a whole, we got to all start working together. But let me get to the number 4 question real quick. What are some of the things that you like to do in your spare time?
I work on my businesses. I study my religion.
Okay.
Take care of my home.
Incoming call from.
I'm always looking. What I do in my spare time is I always look for ways to better myself, my spouse, my children, and my community. Honestly, that's what I do in my spare time.
Okay. Now, as far as with religion, right? I'm assuming you're a Muslim, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. What got you into that religion, if you mind if I ask?
My mom.
Oh, your mom's a Muslim too?
Yep.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yep.
All right. Well, I mean, so I guess as a family, right? what made you guys choose that? Was it something that that you both saw that was more impactful for your spiritual life? Like, I don't know, like I have to be educated as far as like the Muslim like religion,
Okay. So for my mother, I think she said that when she learned about Islam, it just fit the type of person she is. The values of Islam were her own personal values. So it was just like, oh, I found what fit me. When I was younger, my mom was trying to take us to church and, be Christian. And for whatever reason, my mother had doubt.
Yeah.
And so she went to the pastor and she asked the pastor, how do I know what you teaching me is the right thing? And he gave her a laugh, an evil laugh that I just did when y'all asked me about nursing, and was like, well, if I'm not teaching you the right thing, then we all going to hell. And so at that point, my mother was like, okay, she started her own church on our block. She got all the older women that got bomb voices. And we came together on Sundays and we had an empty field and we would gather on this empty field and we would read scripture and sing and praise God on our own. But it still, I guess, wasn't fulfilling to my mother. And so when she found and learned about Islam and its principles, it fit her. And so she became Muslim and I was 16. And to see my mother change, it was beautiful to me. Yeah. It was beautiful. My mother used to be out here naked. And to see her become fully clothed, the only thing you could see on her is her eyes. To see her gain confidence in herself. Not that she wasn't confident, but it was a different type of confidence. She started to believe in herself that she can do things, that she could learn, that she was smart. Seeing those changes in my mind made me curious. So I started to read. And when I started asking questions and my questions got answered, they made sense to me. And so it only made sense to become Muslim.
Okay. And so that means like you guys like follow like the practicals of like Farrakhan and all that?
I follow the Holy Quran and the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We are Sunni Muslim, which is what Malcolm X, I believe he became Sunni Muslim. He left Farrakhan.
Okay.
He became Sunni when he went to Hajj, which is a pillar of Islam.
Okay.
So you say you could sing. So can you sing? You got some bars for us? You can sing. Don't look like that. Can you sing?
So I don't want to lie, right? So yes, I can sing. However, I do not be singing for people. Like, I got stage fright. I don't do that. My mom used to want me to be a famous singer because I would sing all around the house. Even when I'm at work, I be singing. My coworkers be like, "Oh, we should go to karaoke," and I was like, "Well, I don't work like that." They're like, "Well, we can hear you singing, though." I'm like, "Yeah, y'all can, but y'all working, doing your own thing." But like on karaoke, I got the mic. I'm standing there, like everybody listening to me. I don't like that.
You're afraid of the spotlight. You're afraid of the mic. Come on, girl. You know what I mean?
Man, how we got so much talent and nobody want to showcase it?
Oh. Yeah, everybody told me they can sing. Y'all don't never sing. Come on now.
You distorted.
No, I'm saying everybody told me they can sing, but you don't sing. What's going on?
Because I'm not singing in public.
Oh, come on.
I do not.
E-Black says the inner artist, man. Yeah, I know.
I cannot.
We got too much talent, man, that's being like passed around like outside the stream. Man.
You said what happened?
I said we got too much talent that's being passed around outside the stream. Man, we gotta hear somebody say, like, close it out with some songs, man, like something touching or something.
Can you rap though? Can you spit? You got some bars? Can you rap? I know you're from Detroit now.
I have had a couple of friends help me be a rapper too. Oh my goodness.
Can you rap?
I write poetry, but I don't read my poetry either. Like, you know how singers be like, "Oh, this album was for me," and other things like, "Well, if that was for you, you should have kept it to yourself." And that's exactly what I do, because my poetry is for me.
Come on, Danielle.
I don't do that type of thing. I can't be performing.
Give us a little something. Just a little. I mean, if you guys sing, but you can do a little poem song. Give us a little something. Come on now.
That's too vulnerable and naked for me for this public.
Oh shit! Come on. All right. All right. E Black says, I'm gonna need her to put it in this. I'm gonna need her to put in this work. Man. Okay. All right. Whoa. Hold on. Wait a minute. But correct me if I'm wrong, right? But I remember we had a conversation in one of the live streams. And I think that was you that was telling me that CJ Kyle's like, he does music.
He does
work on a track for you, right? Am I right?
He's making me my own song for my channel.
Exactly. So you're not that shy. Come on, man. Stop.
I'm not doing it. He writing it and performing it. I just gotta play his music on my channel. It's my intro. Like, bam, I'm here.
Hold on. So you're not putting your vocals into that? You're saying?
No, I don't sing in public for people.
Okay, but you could. Hold on. There gotta be a way. Okay, you don't have to sing in public for people, right? But I'm saying, like, when you're recording music, you can put your voice out there without performing live.
No, because then I'll still have to be in the booth singing in front of somebody.
You got people that can't sing that's making money, and you can sing.
I ain't trying to make no money off of that.
Oh, come on!
I ain't trying to make no money off of that. If I was trying to do that, I could have been famous. I'd have had more than one opportunity.
Okay.
Yo, E Black, man, I'm gonna need you to join up in the live stream, man. And
we dropping
I need you to kind of inspire like Danielle, get out of her shell real quick,
Yeah. Okay, boom. I can tell y'all how y'all can get me to sing.
How?
What?
I need to see Mr. Hall of Fame face. When you show your face, I drop the vocal.
Oh, that's all you need? Is that simple?
Without no mask, I had the glasses. Hold on. Until you drop some. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, Danielle. Don't. I know you're trying to trigger
superhero. You can't know what a superhero look like. It's gonna take away the mystique. You know what I mean?
Hold on, Danielle. I'll make a deal with you, right? Until you drop those bars for us, right? Then we could negotiate, right, privately. And then I'll pay you tomorrow for a burger today. I ain't no fool.
Wow.
Man. He said, no, he didn't. I know, man. Everybody all laughing. They're like, damn. You know.
When the live stream's over, I'll show you my face when the live stream's over. I'll show it. And then I want to hear you sing. Then after that, we're gonna.
Nah. Hold on. We gotta hear the bars first, though. You know, I gotta hear the bars first. It don't have to be on the stream.
It's not even your face. Let him say what he was saying.
No. Hold on. No. By the end of the night, I did take the rules. All right. After the stream is over, if I hear a nice tone, I'm like, okay, she got some vocals.
You're not paying me tomorrow for a burger today.
I'm not conning you. You know. See, we gotta get over this trust for each other. All right, trust me. All right, I'm not gonna screw you over. You'll get
because you telling me that if you like my vocals, I can see his face.
I didn't say if. I said if I like your vocals. I said if you perform outside the stream, then I will reveal the face of Mr. Hall of Fame. But not for the public. That is.
Not for public. No, not a way. No way.
Okay, well, we are talking about it when it's over.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. You know, we're not playing that. Somebody's phone. Oh, got cut off. Kris says, "Great negotiation skills there." Oh, hold on. Come on, Kris. Come on. I thought she was talking about me for a minute. I wouldn't even highlight that. No, I'm kidding with you. But all right, let me see. Let me ask you this other question real quick.
Okay.
Danielle, you crack me up sometime, man. All right, but number 5, right?
Okay.
what got you interested in joining our live stream? Well, in the podcast, I mean.
CJ Kyle.
Okay.
My bro. I met him at work. Mm-hmm. He was a new nurse, and I got all his personality. And he was like, I got a podcast. I was like, you do? He's like, you should be on it. I was like, I should? He's like, yeah, you'll be good. You'll be good. You should come on there. I was like, I don't know. He's like, sis, come. You should come. So I told my husband about it. He's like, you should try it. And so that's what happened. I went down when we was able to go to the studio, and I was committed to going to his little podcast every week. And after the first day being on that podcast, when we left out, I was like, yo, that felt good. Like, that felt good. When I was in high school, I was on the radio. We had a radio station for the Detroit Public Schools called WDTR. Mm-hmm. And I enjoyed being on the radio then. And so to get that podcast, it was just like being on the radio. I get to sit around a group of people and, speak to the public, and it's nice. So he who got me into it. Shout out to the High Value Nurse. Go follow his page.
Exactly. Follow the High Value Nurse. So, he kind of got you kind of back into your groove of the it's almost like the radio life. Because podcasting, I mean, you are speaking on the microphone. Mm-hmm. I guess the only difference is, right, is that you're pretty much is live and people are able to see you. But when you was doing the radio stuff, it was just more like just radio podcasting, right?
Yeah, okay. Just my voice.
Yeah. I remember we talked about that, like, I think that was like off stream. And then you was telling me that you had to practice certain tonalities of your voice to make sure you have that pronunciation and that clarity. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. And you get to like use it here. Now I had to ask you this though, right? Are you currently working on your own YouTube channel or podcast?
I am. I made it. I haven't went live yet. I haven't made no videos yet. I'm too into my head. I'm thinking too much. I need to just jump out there.
You'll get those negative demons out your head then, and just do it.
I know, right? That's really what I need to do.
I'm telling you, man, when she have like her brand up, that's probably like the only time we probably might hear her sing too, though. She's saying this now, y'all. She's saying this now with all this cap and stuff, but watch.
Not the cap.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I forgot to put my cap on my head tonight, but watch. We're going to be hearing Amazing Grace and all that sweet stuff. Okay.
Wow.
She just saved it for a podcast.
That's a good idea if I ever did, huh?
I know you're going to do it, so it ain't going to be like, if I ever did. No cap. Okay, yeah. Let me go ahead and open this up again, right, to the people in the chat. Man, y'all, I appreciate you guys for commenting, but feel free to join like the StreamYard. Feel free to ask like Danielle a question. Come on, or if you're really that shy, like she's pretending to be with her vocals, then feel free to ask a question like in the chat. Yeah, I said it, Danielle. So
I'm not pretending.
So yeah. Mr. All-Fame, you have any other questions?
Yeah, before we end the stream, before we close it down, I'm gonna ask, just based on my voice and my mannerisms, what do you think I look like? you think I'm a ugly dude, or you think I'm okay? You think I got like a unicorn thing on my head? Like I got a whole horn on my head, or I got like an extra lip, or extra eyelid, or something like that.
I really don't be trying to figure out what a person look like from their voice, because so here in Detroit we got this man, I shouldn't, huh? We got this radio personality that's very popular, has an awesome voice, but my God, that voice do not match that face. Okay. Ooh. And I ain't even gonna say who the man is, because I ain't about to do all that. Like, that man is powerful in my city.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, at least you have the voice for it. You just gotta put, hide his face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He got the face for radio, they said.
Wow.
Because you don't get to see the face. All you get is the voice.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, maybe one of these days I can have like a radio voice. I just have to find my inner niche. Okay,
Your voice is fine.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I need like one of those like.
You know, just your whole presence, man. You've been doing your thing, man, and we definitely, appreciate you, man. Love you, man. Thank you, man. 3. I mean, you're doing your thing.
Oh yeah, no problem. I appreciate you guys. And Danielle, and I appreciate you as well too. You have been very dedicated, putting the work into the latest night stream, and I feel welcome like that. It's like you're a part of us, like the family. As far as like the stream life. Hopefully one of these days.
Opened up for me. Y'all just let me in.
Yeah. Hey, that's how we be. Like, by the end of the day, like, we're not trying to recruit people to like, help our brand out. We're just trying to help you guys out. I feel like that's the culture, and that's the start of empowering our own people and other people as well too. Yeah. Because here's the thing, right? Like, what do I get from trying to scout out all these different talents of people just to build up my own brand, and I'm not helping them out? You know what I mean? We want to make sure, man, like, we put you on the spotlight. So these interviews, these are like the getting to know you type of interviews, because we want to make sure that you have enough followers, you have enough people supporting you, people know who you are. And yeah. And when you get your YouTube together, man, we're gonna be right there supporting you. Whatever you need, sis, we got you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
steal DJ Eddie King's sound effects.
All right, you gotta work on it. Yeah. Okay. You gotta put the umph to it.
He gonna have to teach us how to do it like him.
E Black, shout out to E Black. He says that's real. Knowledge and relationships.
Yeah,
it's as real as we get, man. Anytime you need help, E Black, man, we're here for you. Shoot, you know what? I'm sorry, this is like a random thought, right? But shoot, I might want to maybe suit up, because E Black looking fine, like with his little icon and the little burgundy suit.
Ain't nothing better than a black man in a suit, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just not gonna be rocking no bow tie now, but I'm gonna be rocking with something. Watch. DJ Eddie King with the laughs. All right. Well, before we close out, you guys have anything you want to say?
I think we may have a guest coming through. I think.
Are you sure?
Yeah, people been asking me for the link, so I sent it out. So
yeah, people, I posted the link right up in the chat. All right, hold on. Let's see. All right, we'll give them some time.
Okay.
All right, look, you guys. Want to highlight it real quick? Okay, only in YouTube, right? If you guys in the YouTube chat, you could click on this link right under the chat. Oh, we got Queen up in the building.
Queen.
Yeah.
It's not the suit, it's the man in the suit. All right, I hear you, Black. All right, let's go ahead and bring Queen up in here. Queen from Queens.
What's up?
Queen, how you doing?
Get out of here.
I told y'all I was coming through.
Hey.
Ooh, your mouth went left. It's all good though.
I can't. I mean,
hey, it's all good. Speak your truth. Speak your truth, love. That's it. That's all.
That's all.
My question for you is, what have you liked about the women's podcast, and where do you see it going?
Wow. What I like about the women's podcast,
and you can also say what you don't like as well.
What I like is that there's so many different personalities coming together. You get to hear so many perspectives, and even though we have different walks of life and different perspectives, we be ended up agreeing on a lot of things too. I just love we like all around the United States. We in California, we in New York, we in Michigan, like we in Philly. Like it's so many different parts of the United States on that podcast. Like it is just I love it. I love that. Like I said, I didn't grow up with a lot of I have aunts, but I didn't grow up communing with women like that. So it's just nice to feel like I have a sisterhood now.
You got me, girl. You got me. And where do you see it going?
My goodness, I don't know. I have no idea. You know, I heard we got the most views on knowledge and relationships. So, you know.
We 140 deep, baby.
You know, so we going somewhere. You know, we gonna see.
Okay, cool.
That would be so awesome to be like be able to get like a show or something. How they got the red table talk or something on the Facebook and everything like that. That would be so awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, that's some good ideas. Yeah.
Okay, because I need some multiple streams of income. Because I'm tired of working for the man. I want to work for myself.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, well that's it. I just wanted to say my piece. I know I'm about to get the boot, but it's all good. I'm still tuning in.
Thank you for coming.
You ain't gonna boot me, M3. I'm a boot myself. Okay?
Well, get out of here then.
Bye.
Bye.
Later. My queen.
Okay. All right. Shout outs to Queen 2021 until 2022 gets here. You know.
Right.
All right. But yeah. All right. Is this do we have any more of Mr. Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I have one last question. You know, being the creative and marketing genius that I am.
Okay.
How did you feel when we approached you about the whole lady stream? Like, how do you feel about that? Like, how did you feel? Like, were you just like, I'm good, I'm down, like I'm here, or did you have to think about it?
I felt shocked. I mean, like you said, when y'all saw me on that on my bro's show, I was extra live on there, extra spicy.
So you thought that we was like, oh man, this woman, she's too headstrong or whatever. She grill on that girl. So you thought we wasn't gonna ask you?
I didn't even think about being asked. Like I wasn't being on more panels and being more visible in YouTube. That wasn't even something I was even trying to do at the time. I was just gonna go along with whatever CJ did because he wanted me to be a part of his podcast. He brought me in, then he went at home. So then he started doing it by himself because we wasn't all together. Then he started doing it on here. He was like, oh, I want you to come back and be a part of it. Like, I think you're a star. And so I was like, okay, like he who introduced me to this. So I'm always going to be loyal to him, always shout him out, always speak his name.
Got to, yeah.
You know, so it wasn't even in my mind to go any further with it. I was just on the show for him. Like, what's up, bro? Like, what you need? You know? Yeah. So when you guys offered, I was like, Daddy, look, they want me to be on their podcast. They asked me to be a guest. He was like, they did. And then y'all asked for a picture. Like, I said, oh, Daddy, they asked for my picture. They want me to stay. They don't want me to just come a little bit. They want me to just be there. You know? Yeah. So I was just really I was really shocked.
So I'm gonna keep a buck 100, right? This is what like, okay, what made us want you to what made us ask you to join like our crew, right? Okay. Like I saw like there was like a passion that you had, but I also understood that you had a backstory. Just by listening to, like I said, I mean, I ain't like it was kind of funny though, but anyways, just listening to like how you was like defending like, you know, black men and you had your own opinion to it. I'm like, oh man, like this person, like I feel like she was gonna. Well, we both, you know. Now I'm not gonna say me and Hall of Fame both. We all the people in the crew that was watching, it was like, yo, this person should really have some potential to it, you know, and like it would just do us like a disservice if we just don't ask her, like, you know, to like, you know, at least join, or whether you want to join as a guest or be a part of it, you know. I mean, at that point, we was like, yo, we really want her to be a part of it. And you came in there, right? Mm-hmm. It was like, you know, most people would be like, you know, yo, bro, I'll think about it. You know, I don't know about y'all scrubs, but you know, you know, and you know, they'd be all Hollywood a little bit. But you was like, yo, I'm down, I'm with it. Yeah. You came into like, you know, like some like our private meetings and stuff, and I was like, yo, man, like, yeah, she's definitely the one.
Yeah, know? after being on there a little bit, and CJ like, Danielle, so like, okay, well then you need to have your own. I was like, but he be telling me like, you need to speak to these ladies, you need to talk to the women, and I was like, I think that's really how come I be pausing on my channel, because I'm like, what am I supposed to say to them? But it's crazy because even like today when I was at work, I just randomly went and started talking to some females, and they was like, oh, what you think about this? Oh, what you think about this? Oh, she's spitting that knowledge. Oh, that's real. That's what we should do. That's what you do. Yeah. So you know, him telling me I should speak for women or to women, I didn't feel like that was something I could do, but I feel comfortable in you guys' panel. I feel comfortable with the women. I don't know how to do anything but be myself and be honest with how I'm feeling. And so, I mean, I really enjoy it. And I'm so grateful to my husband because I'm already super busy. Okay. Yeah. And then y'all in California and I'm here. So we 3 hours ahead of y'all. And my husband never holds me back or never tells me no. Instead, he take it and be inspired. Like, he's like, you look like you be having fun doing a podcast. I think I want a podcast too with my bros. Because he has some friends that wanted to do a podcast with him. But he was like, I don't know about that. But after seeing me, he like, you be looking like you having so much fun. I think I might call him back and tell him, yeah, we should start our podcast. So I just love him so much because
bring him on.
He is never a hindrance to me. He is all. I always say he is my biggest headache and my biggest supporter.
That's great, Mr. Hall of Fame. Tell her about the sports podcast that we're working on.
Yeah, we're working on a sports podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be on Sunday nights. You know, featuring me, Mr. Hall of Fame, M3, and DJ Eddie King. We're gonna do a sports podcast. So definitely, he's welcome to come to that. He's always welcome to jump on. You know, because we all fans. Okay. So he's tell him to come through, please.
That would be so nice for him to get a taste of being on. That I like that. I like that.
Yeah, and remember, our goal is to help inspire other people. So if he had like a seat where he wanted to do a podcast and he wasn't for sure, or he didn't have the support, he could come to us and we could help him to get his support. So that way, you know, he could build his podcast up. You know, you as the wife, you know, help give him that support and see where it goes. E Black says, I truly appreciate Danielle Malone. We're going to work together someday. Us real people gotta connect. Yes, definitely.
Yes.
And E Black, man, like if you have some spare time too, I know we miss you, bro. You know, I know you haven't been around, you've been busy, but yeah, definitely, man. Like come up to the live streams, man, especially when we start this sports podcast soon. So definitely, for sure. All right. We're already at an hour and a half. Danielle,
I'm surprised.
Yeah, you surprised?
Yeah.
This what happens like when we talk about Beyonce and have fun, right?
Yeah.
I can stop.
All right, let me stop before that comes another 1 hour conversation. But anyways, so shout outs to everybody in the chat again. Thank you everybody so much. Yeah. If you guys have not liked this video, right, please hit the thumbs up. You know, I see there was one here that gives a thumbs down, but that's cool. Hey, any thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever the case is motivation, right? But anyways, yeah, for every good people, I always want to have a hater. But anyways, give us a thumbs up. You know, like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channels, and and then when Danielle has her YouTube channel up, we're definitely gonna have her again and try to shout her out, y'all. So come on, man, we gotta build each other up. You know, follow E Black TV as well too, guys.
E Black TV. You know what I mean? High value nurse.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Kris the Bloom and Ebony.
Kris the Bloom and Ebony CKQ podcast.
CKQ, yeah.
You know what I mean?
The Unicorn.
The In-Law Suites. The In-Law Suites, they have a great podcast.
Yeah, I met them on CKQ.
Yeah, everybody. You know what I mean? The adult podcast, I think it's called the Adult Podcast or How to Adult Podcast. Them as well. Everybody, man. Give everybody a shout out.
King Gene.
King Gene.
Like
King Gene, yes.
Mr.
King Gene.
Yeah.
Follow him too, guys. Follow him, please.
Yeah.
Man. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you in, Danielle, so you could go ahead and shout out like like your Instagram. So let me move this out the way.
Okay, so my name is Danielle Malone. On Facebook, Danielle, you gotta want to be great, Malone, because greatness doesn't just happen. You gotta want it and work for it. On Instagram, it's Fly Nurse Mom Wife. And my YouTube is up, even though I don't have nothing on there. It's called A Sip of D. A Sip of D, because my name is Danielle and I'm from Detroit. So what up, though? Come through.
All right, for sure. Let's go. All right, Mr. Hall of Fame, let's go.
Yeah. Thank y'all so much for being a part of the Knowledge and Relationships experience. Thank you so much, Danielle, for letting us interview you and be a part of our experience and just donate your time, your energy, and just your love for us and our channel and just our movement. We definitely appreciate you. Thank you, sister, so much. We are truly grateful for you. And you're truly a blessing to our network. I am the network manager for Knowledge and Relationships. You can catch me on MR Hall of Fame Forever 23 on Instagram. Once again, MR Hall of Fame Forever 23 on Instagram, okay? For all business inquiries and questions about the Knowledge and Relationship channel, please direct them to me. I will help you out with any business inquiries you have. Also, if you need any network help or any help, with your channel or anything, I'm definitely here to help you. I'm definitely here to help people, with their lives and everything else. But yes, like I said, I'm the network manager for Knowledge and Relationships. We stream Monday, Thursdays, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, and at 5:30 on Saturdays as well for the lady stream. The Queens will reign supreme on Saturday. Thank y'all so much. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
All right, everyone. So let me go ahead and zoom into myself. All right, so yeah, once again, this is your boy M3. And so thank you for tuning into Knowledge and Relationships. Hey, if you like this video and you enjoyed it, please donate to my Cash App, $MarioMarion. Subscribe to Knowledge and Relationships. Let's get these likes up. The real recognize the real, and even the haters recognize the real too. And also, don't forget too, whenever I use my live streams, I own all the rights into this. Okay, so I can customize, do whatever the hell I want to do. So it's up in there. So just to let y'all know. But with that being said, I want to thank you guys so much. And thank you again, Danielle, for all your hard work and dedication.
Yeah.
And we'll see you again in the next live stream. Tune in this Thursday. I will be interviewing my wife, Mrs. M3. So
yeah.
We're gonna probably mix up a little bit, but other than that, enjoy yourselves, everyone, and thank you so much. So later. I am about to go ahead and peace everybody else out. Oh wait, I forgot one thing. Before you guys come into any of my goddamn live streams, make sure you guys and girls get your minds right. Always get your minds right. And now, with that being said, we are officially out. Later. Peace.
Later.